diplomat has arrived in China in a bid to calm the simmering row. CNN's Jim Shuto reports.
On a mission to turn down the diplomatic temperature, Japan's senior diplomat Masaki Kanai arriving in Beijing amid growing anger in China about the new Japanese Prime Minister's comments on Taiwan. Answering a question in Parliament on November 7th, Sanae Takaichi said that Japan would view a Chinese attack on the island as a situation threatening Japan's survival, which could therefore trigger a Japanese military response. Soon after, Takaichi said her remarks were hypothetical and that she would refrain from making similar comments in Parliament again. However, to Beijing, the comments crossed a red line. China's foreign minister demanded a retraction.
I want to emphasize that in response to the wrongful remarks made by Japanese Prime Minister Takaichi regarding Taiwan, China has already lodged and will continue to lodge solemn representations and protest strongly with the Japanese side, urging them to immediately reflect on the matter, correct the errors, retract the wrongful remarks, and cease from creating incidents on issues concerning China.
The falling out comes less than 2 weeks after Takaichi and Chinese leader Xi Jinping met for the first time on the sidelines of the APEC summit in South Korea and agreed to pursue constructive, stable ties. That warmth didn't appear to last. Beijing views self-governing, democratic Taiwan as part of China and has vowed to take the island by force if necessary. And in recent years, China has escalated military exercises around Taiwan, rehearsals, U.S. military analysts believe, for a potential invasion or blockade. Previous Japanese prime ministers have avoided discussing Japan's response to a potential invasion. U.S. policy had for years been deliberately vague, strategic ambiguity, as the approach is known, although President Biden repeatedly said the U.S. would defend Taiwan militarily. China is now warning its citizens against traveling to Japan and urging its students to be cautious about making plans to study there, citing a, quote, worsening public security situation. Japan rejected that message.
I believe that this announcement, which seems to curtail the exchange of people between the two countries, including study abroad and tourism, is incompatible with the broad direction of promoting a strategic, mutually beneficial relationship confirmed by the leaders, and building a constructive and stable relationship. We have made a firm request for the Chinese side to take appropriate steps.
The travel advisory prompted each country to summon the other's ambassador. And as the tensions deepen, China says its premier, Li Chang, will no longer be meeting with Prime Minister Takaichi on the sidelines of the upcoming G20 summit in South Africa. Nearly 7.5 million travelers from China visited Japan in just the first 9 months of this year, according to the Japanese broadcaster NHK, by far the highest count of any country or region. Beijing's action suggests it's willing to use economic heft to apply geopolitical pressure, a move from a well-worn playbook. Japan's leaders appear eager to limit the damage. Its senior diplomat is expected to tell his Chinese counterpart the Prime Minister's remark on Taiwan does not signal a shift in Japan's security policy. Jim Shuto, CNN.
Still ahead here on CNN Newsroom, protests